Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Franklin here with another Wi-Fi battle. This time it was an actual finals for a $10 e-card, gift card, or you guys call it, tournament. And the stipulation was that you can use Aegislash. So, looking at the team, I actually was using the double steel Jirachi team and broke it apart and reinvented a few things with the Heatran and the Aegislash, of course. And my opponent is running a very interesting team as well. Hippowdon, Garchomp, Dragonite, and Dragonite is a Pokemon I have not played against in a very long time. But he does have the Rotom and the Greninja, so great minds think alike. And we both have Aegislash because why not? It's a broken mon. Why not use broken mons at times? I love playing with broken mons. You love playing with broken mons, so why not? Let's have a good time together, you know? But yeah, this is, like I said, this is the finals for a $10 gift card or e-gift card. And so, it's against my boy Andrew. I have played against him in the past, and he's a good battler. So let's start it off. So leads off with the Rotom, and you know what? I think I let off with my Rotom too. Great minds think alike. Jesus Christ. So, which Rotom prevails them all? Now, most likely our Rotoms are defensive, so a lot of stuff isn't going to do that. So, I do go for the Will-O-Wisp because I was expecting a switch out onto one of his ground Pokemon in case, he wanted to be funny about it. I prevent a Volt Switch. As you can see, I don't have a leftovers on my Rotom. And neither does he. Of course not, because he was already at full HP. So, I go for the Volt Switch here, and that's quite a bit of damage. Now, I could have been a bad man and just go into the Landorus here, but I'm not making dumb plays like that. We're not in the end game yet. So he does go for the Volt Switch, and look at my shiny Aegislash. It looks so cool. So switches out. It goes right into the Hippowdon. Now, Hippowdon, I don't know, man. Hippowdon is an okay Pokemon. I know it's fat, of course. That's the whole point of it. But I'm not too worried about it. Now, I switch out on the Aegislash, and I go into the Rotom, because what is the Hippowdon going to do to my Rotom? I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks, of course, because everybody loves their rocks. And they smoke it too. But anyways, our Rotom is out. I'm taking damage from the Sandstorm. And so I fire off a Will-O-Wisp, and I'm glad that didn't miss. So, woo! That means I can come in on Aegislash and the Heatrans, possibly on the Hippowdon. I'm not going to be too worried about the damage because it's burnt. Also, although not Heatran, because that's a really dumb play. Why on earth would I want to do that? So Toxic and Stealth Rock. So the other moves have to be Earthquake and possibly Whirlwind, because usually when there's a Hippowdon, it's going to try to get its Whirlwind up. So I go for the Defog here, and so I'm going to get rid of these rocks because we don't play with that, boy. And so, yeah. He's going to go for the Whirlwind as I expected. So his last move has to be Earthquake. Or Stone Edge. But more likely it's going to be, Earthquake. So the Heatran comes in. I do not want this Heatran to be taking damage. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to expect you to go for the Stealth Rock. Because I don't care. And I predicted, like a Bosch, that I am. So, awesome. I can get rid of this Hippowdon right now. I really could get rid of this little fat turd right now, but I don't do that because I expect to switch in. And what he's gonna go for? The Whirlwind, I believe. No, he switches out. See, that's why I decided not to. That's why I decided to not even try to go for that, because I could have lost here. And Dragonite is actually a big threat against my team because I have nothing really crazy against him. He switches out because he doesn't want this getting burned. Understandable. But I am going to get rid of these young rocks. But I go for the Will-O-Wisp because it's smarter to burn the Dragonite because it could be the Z user. I don't know yet. You don't know yet. So we'll see. So my Rotom is getting chipped and chipped and chipped. Poor little freaking washer getting chipped every time, man. I go for the Defog because now is a good opportunity to get rid of these rocks for the second time. I lowers evasiveness, so now all my moves can hit you. Gonna go for the Volt Switch here. I live that with 2 HP, and my Aguav Berry is starting to look yummy. Or Ipapa, I should say. I keep mixing my berries. My Ipapa. So I go into the Hippowdon here, he goes into the Hippowdon here, gets up another round of sand. And this time it's a good opportunity for me to get rid of these rocks and just get rid of the Powder in general. So what I can do is just fire off the Hydro Pump here, right? Hoping that I don't miss, and I don't, which is awesome. So now this Hippowdon is Gondunzo. You're done, though, eh? So that means the Stealth Rocks are now a non-factor in this game. I almost choked on my spit. What's wrong with me? Unfortunately, we had to sacrifice the Rotom. This sacrifice will not be in vain. So, I go into the Landorus here, expecting the Garchomp or whatever, which I actually do. I don't believe my Intimidate goes off, right? Oh, it does go off. Although it's kind of weird how Intimidate should be going on every time a new Pokemon comes in. And you'll see what I mean. So it goes for the Swords Dance here. Or should I say, when there's a switch in and there's no Pokemon on the opposite side, like the Intimidate doesn't go off. So it goes for the Swords Dance, and yeah, it's kind of scary because I get my rocks up here. Now I'm going to fire off another round of... I'll fire off just a round of Earthquake to see how much it does. He's a +3 Garchomp at this point, and I'm not too worried, which is crazy. So I am going to go for the powerful Earthquake here. Of course, I have no attack investment, and that does almost half, which is insane. So now, I'm expecting him to hit me with a Z-Dragon. So I'm going to go into my Wawa here and get a round of Intimidate off, which is going to be kind of a reliever here. And he goes for the Mega Garchomp, which is interesting. I thought it was a Z user, but then he has Dragonite, so it doesn't make any sense for me to even actually assume that. So he goes for the Garchomp here, a Mega Garchomp, and because he is a Sand Force, this does way too much. And oh my goodness, that wasn't even a crit. So I'm going to switch out and go into my Landorus here, and since the sand is gone, that means his attacks aren't going to hit me too hard. So I get off another round of Intimidate, so he's only at +1 now, I believe. Yeah, +1, because he was a +3, and then he became -2, so he's 1. But now he goes back up to +3, and I'm gonna fire off another round of Earthquake because I'm just trying to weaken this Garchomp more and more for my team to take advantage of. So, goes for the Stone Edge here, and I believe this will actually knock me out because, you know, one barely did half and the other one doubles, so your sacrifice will never be in vain, Landorus. So, I go into my Greninja, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna trick him into thinking that I am, that I'm actually, ash-greninja, but Specs, of course. So, I kind of messed up there too. I should have just gone for Dark Pulse in case he switched into Dragonite. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, he's not Scarfed. Like, what the freak? So, anyways, in comes the bad boy, the OP master himself, ash-greninja, and he goes into the Aegislash. And little does he know that I have the Z on this Greninja. But I'm not gonna let him know that. So I'm gonna go right into the Heatran. And I'm just going to try to fire off our flamethrowers. And this Heatran is obviously, as I mentioned, is Scarf. But my opponent doesn't know that. My opponent's like, I wonder what this guy's up to. That does way too much. And you know what? I'm like, really? So he withdraws his Aegislash. And he's going to go into the Rotom here. Now, the Rotom is getting weakened little by little. And because my rocks are up, and the rocks actually being up, it comes into a pretty big deal. They're a pretty big factor that will lead up to the end game. So, the Rotom's getting chipped. I'm like, whatever. I'm definitely not going to risk my Heatran here. And I'm going to go into my own Aegislash. If he burns me, it doesn't matter because my Aegislash isn't physical, it's special. So, I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump here. And I'm like, cool, whatever, that's fine. Of course he gets a crit of all things, so that kind of freaking sucks. So now, it's my own leftovers here. And now I get to fire off a Shadow Ball, and I will correct myself. It is physical and special because it has Gyro Ball. So, gonna go for the Hydro Pump here, and Hydro Pump isn't gonna do too much. I'm in the danger zone, but luckily for me, I have Aegislash. When you're in the danger zone, Aegislash will always come through. So this is a powerful Shadow Ball that's going to come into Rotom's way. And I'm able to knock out the Rotom, which is awesome. I get some leftovers recovery, but it's not going to matter too much because the ash-greninja that he has is going to come in and just kill me off. So, I do go into my King Shield because I want to know what he's going to do. So, I do go for the King Shield here, and he probably is gonna go for the Dark Pulse here. But no, it's not Dark Pulse because it's actually Dark MZ. Again, great minds think alike. Woo! And so, what a copycatter, dude. So he fires it off, which is actually kind of good because he won't be able to fire that off against my ash-greninja. So yeah, that's cool. Even though I am protected, it still knocks me out because it basically does 1/4 of whatever damage it does to the Pokemon, regardless of using Protect. 1/4. 1/4. So it does go into the ash-greninja here, which is another OP master we have here. And guess what? It's time to play Mirror Match. Now, I was heavily thinking about not going for the Z move here and just go for a straight Dark Pulse flinch chance, but I had to do a lot of damage off of the Greninja, and I wasn't wanting to save this for the Dragonite. So I'm not sure if it was a good play on my part, but regardless, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna fire off this black hole, and I'm about to destroy Fortnite with this black hole, and it's gonna do over half on this Greninja since Greninja is very frail. Yeah, look at that. Woo! That damage, baby. Dark Pulse. Yeah. Are you Specs? It seems like you are Specs. But I'm gonna fire off the Water Shuriken, which is awesome because I want to get rid of this monster, and I don't want to lose speed ties. So, woo! We get rid of one gigantic threat. Now the issue is Aegislash and Dragonite. So the Aegislash comes in, fine by me because why not? And so the end game is near. So I go for the Dark Pulse. I'm not Specs. If I was Specs, this would have knocked it out of the park. But it is a weakness policy Aegislash, which is a classic from 6th generation. So expecting to go to Sacred Sword because there's no way. I don't know why he didn't Shadow Sneak though. I mean, that makes sense because why would he? So now it comes down to the last 2 Pokemon that I have, and I thought at this point I was gonna lose, but as you're about to see, boy. So I go for the Sucker Punch because there's no reason for me to not use it. If it fails, then it doesn't matter because it's King Shield. Like King Shield doesn't hit me or King Shield doesn't affect me because it doesn't make contact to the Pokemon. So that's awesome. And the Sucker Punch played right. Woo-hoo-hoo! So now it comes down to the Dragonite. Now, I could lose this game if it goes for a Dragon Dance. So what happens here? I go for a Sucker Punch because why not? So I go for the Sucker Punch here, which is awesome because that means he attacks me, and this Dragonite is now like at the 30% range, and I'm like, thank goodness you did not go for a Dragon Dance. I was gonna go for the Play Rough too, and Play Rough could have been a really bad play, and I could have lost. But the secret weapon himself, the master that did not reveal its item, it's a Scarf, and I believe this shocked my opponent so much that he decided not to go for a Dragon Dance and just go for the Earthquake because he thought he was faster than me. But boy, you got played! And I beat Andrew once again for $10 of online currency. But yeah, it was a pretty good match. I thought at one point when the Greninja went down, I was like, dude, I'm gonna lose. But I pulled myself together and I got into the touchdown zone and got the touchdown. So we won the tournament. Awesome. Got my $10 and we're ready to rock and roll for another tournament. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's your boy Franklin here, signing out. Hope you guys enjoy your week. Peace.